By now, you have probably seen these images. On September 13th, 2023, a man who goes by the name Jaime Maussan walked into the Mexican Congress with two huge caskets. He'd been invited to a special hearing by the Congress to give his testimony about an extremely important matter. He placed the caskets in front of the Congress and opened them up. Inside both caskets were two bodies of fossilized remains of what Maussan calls alien bodies. He didn't just call them alien bodies, he also said that scientists have tested the DNA of the fossils and have proved they aren't of human origin. So does this mean we finally have proof of not just aliens, but also of alien visitation? Well, it's not that straightforward. In this video, we'll be going through the evidence that Maussan has provided for his claims, and we'll be finding out whether he's right or wrong. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons. We have a lot of videos that go into deep, dark, and mysterious stuff, so you wouldn't want to miss out. So let's begin. First, we must take a look at the evidence that Maussan has provided for his claims. The small mummified corpses that he provided have elongated heads and 3 fingers, and look like the sort of aliens you would see in a Hollywood movie scene. At first, this should be enough to doubt Maussan's claims. If we are going to ever find aliens, it's really unlikely that they will look like the aliens in Hollywood movies. That's because there are essentially infinite forms that aliens could take. They're even unlikely to be humanoid in the first instance. Who's to say the aliens we first encounter may not look like dinosaurs, or rats, or whales, or ants? Even if they look humanoid, who's to say they won't look like chimpanzees or monkeys? Who's to say they won't have 3 hands or 2 heads or something of the sort? Therefore, the fact that these mummified corpses of aliens look like what Hollywood tells us aliens should look like may be a red flag. One may even say the makers of these remains, if they were made, merely copied Hollywood. But what if Hollywood copied these real specimens instead? If aliens truly existed and we had mummified proof for them, there's a high chance that Jaime Maussan isn't the only one in the know. Powerful world governments would also know about it, and if they decide to hide the evidence from the rest of humanity, who's to say that some Hollywood executive or director hadn't heard rumors of these aliens and then made movies based on that description? That may be a reach. You cannot say it's not one possible explanation if needed. These remains are real. Another possibility is that this is merely a coincidence caused by evolutionary thinking. Hollywood alien designs aren't just creative assumptions. They also have some evolutionary thinking behind them. If we assume that aliens live on Earth-like planets and are intelligent, there's every reason to believe that they are also humanoid. That's because Earth-like circumstances also created humans. However, there might be subtle variations such as weight, height, average weight, and yes, even the number of fingers on each limb. Therefore, the fact that these corpses look like Hollywood aliens isn't enough reason to ignore the evidence that Maussan has provided. According to Maussan, these mummies are around 1,000 years old and were found in Peru. He also says that researchers at the Autonomous National University of Mexico have examined them and determined them to be of non-human origin. He adds that they also found eggs in one of the bodies. Aside from that, Jose de Jesus Zalque Benitez, the director of the Scientific Institute for Health of the Mexican Navy, presented scans of the bodies to the Navy and said that they had retractable necks, no teeth, large brains, and big eyes that were capable of wide stereoscopic vision. Maussan didn't just appear to claim that aliens have visited humans in the past. He also showed Congress videos of Mexican pilots trying to make sense of fast-moving flying objects before them. He used this to illustrate that aliens aren't just a matter of history, but a matter of today. These are all heavy claims made all the more important by the witnesses Maussan claims to have. The Autonomous National University of Mexico is one of the most important research universities in the world. It's certainly one of the best universities in Mexico. All Mexican Nobel laureates, for instance, are either alumni or faculty of the university. Therefore, claiming that researchers at the university have determined that the bodies are not of human origin is as scientific as it gets. But does this evidence add up? When Maussan spoke about the bodies being examined at the University of Mexico, he was under oath. But that doesn't mean he was telling the truth. Any researcher who examines a body of non-human origins will instantly become an academic superstar. They might even get a Nobel Prize out of it. If it's true that the bodies have been examined by them, we would find out in a research paper, not on the floors of Congress. The fact that the university hasn't confirmed any of these findings most likely means something isn't quite right. Another reason the evidence is shifty is that Maussan isn't exactly the most trustworthy person around. He isn't some new ufologist. He's been in the news quite a lot. aliens. In 2015, Maussan made a similar claim and provided similar evidence for these claims. He reported on a supposed alien body found in Peru and said this was evidence of alien existence. However, scientific research soon debunked the report and showed that the corpse was just a mummified corpse of a human child. But if Maussan is lying, what about Jose Benitez, who presented scans of the body to Congress? Benitez is currently a high-ranking director in the Mexican Navy, so he cannot be lying, right? Well, it appears Benitez has also been caught lying once before. In 2017, he was a lead researcher in the presentation of a debunked body discovery, which showed 6 three-fingered mummified bodies in a YouTube video. The video was posted on Gaia.com, which is a hotbed for conspiracy theories. So here is the evidence that we have to consider for Maussan's claims to be true. We have 2 alien mummies presented by 2 researchers who have been accused of orchestrating alien hoaxes once before. We also have hearsay evidence from one of the researchers about some study on the mummies done by the Autonomous National University of Mexico. However, this researcher does not provide any documentary evidence from the university that this study was carried out. The university hasn't confirmed the study, and no study on the matter has been released in any scientific journal despite its explosive nature. What are the odds that Maussan and Benitez are saying the truth right now, and not just lying like they have been once before? The only reason why these claims have entered into public consciousness again is that Maussan managed to get himself invited to a hearing of the matter at the Mexican Congress. However, that invitation doesn't legitimize a claim, and saying something under oath is no guarantee that it's the truth. Even if we were to ignore the shape of the mummies, the other evidence from Maussan and Benitez for their claims doesn't just add up. As such, they are likely just another expensive hoax. It doesn't quite end there. When Maussan was providing his evidence, there was a particular American in attendance. His name is Ryan Graves, a former US Navy pilot who testified before Congress in Washington in July about his alleged encounters with a UFO. Graves has stated on the record many times that he believes that there are weird, unidentified aerial phenomena that government should be more transparent about, but he's yet to say he believes that these phenomena are evidence of alien existence. Many believed that Graves' attendance at the hearing was to support Maussan, but that's not quite true. After the hearing, Graves put out a tweet saying that the hearing was a huge step backwards for awareness of unidentified aerial phenomena. This means he didn't believe Maussan's evidence in the least. Remember, Graves is someone who put his career on the line to testify to about strange aerial phenomena that the government cannot or doesn't want to explain. If Maussan's evidence couldn't even convince Graves, that means we should probably take it with a pinch of salt. As always, this isn't to say that aliens don't exist or can't exist. It just means that the evidence we've been provided doesn't prove that they do, and as such we should probably not believe it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons. Goodbye.